The chair of the House Oversight Committee, Congressman James Comer, joins me now. Congressman, we just got this coming at us. A new Watchdog report from pro-energy group just found, quote, no evidence that Biden knew of crucial climate executive orders. They're now demanding answers on who signed with the auto pen. What happens if Biden really didn't know? Are those orders null and void?
I think they would be null and void. Look, at the end of the day, there's more evidence coming out by the second that would prove that Joe Biden wasn't the one making the decisions during the last 100 days of his administration, perhaps the last 6 months or even the last year. This is when the most activity occurred from the executive order standpoint throughout the whole Biden administration. We don't believe that a lot of these executive orders are legal if for no other reason Joe Biden did not sign them himself. You have to physically sign anything pertaining to the law, whether it be a pardon or whether it be an executive order. What we want to know is who gave the authority to these 4 staffers that we're bringing in. These are the staffers that we've identified as the ones who actually put the documents in the auto pen and pressed the power button to sign Joe Biden's name. We want to know who told them to do that. And we're going to follow the trail, just like we followed the money in the Biden influence family investigation. We're going to follow the trail as to who was using the auto pen.
That's the problem with the auto pen, isn't it? You don't know who authorized its use, and you have to find out. The whole question is who actually wielded presidential power, because it probably wasn't President Biden. That's the crux of this matter, isn't it?
That is. And look, that's what Jake Tapper is saying. That's what he wrote his book about. That's what all of his interviews about his book is saying, that Joe Biden wasn't the one calling the shots. That's a constitutional crisis. But more important to today, to this very moment, many of those executive orders that were signed with the auto pen are what we call Trump-proofing the Trump administration. This is when they knew that Donald Trump was likely going to be the next president of the United States. So they started taking action through executive orders signed with an auto pen at a time when Joe Biden wasn't anywhere near the White House to make it difficult for Donald Trump to reform energy permitting, to make it difficult for Trump to make the federal employees return back to work, to make it difficult for him to eliminate the U.S. Department of Education. These are things Trump's battling in court as a result of whoever made the decision to use the auto pen to sign these executive orders. We think this will have huge legal impacts if we can prove what Jake Tapper and many of us believe, it wasn't Joe Biden.
Congressman, I've got to get to this one. Is it possible that you will hold televised hearings with Jill Biden, Hunter Biden, KJP? Is that possible down the road?
I guess anything's possible. I think it's a pretty well-known fact that I would prefer to have depositions and transcribed interviews where we release the transcript, possibly even release the video. As you know, Stuart, a lot of these committee hearings never turn out the way that we hope. They're more entertainment than substantive. True. So we'll do whatever, but I'll consult with my members of the committee. They're going to be active in the process. We're going to ask a lot of questions to a lot of people and try to get the answers that I believe most Americans want to know.
Got it. Congressman James Comer, thanks very much for being with us this morning. Always appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much.